Thank you for coming to the horror room. I'm Travis Spruce. And today we're doing another indie horror spotlight. We have indie director Cagney Larkin, who is in production of a new movie, Red Light District Shark Attack. Cagney, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Not bad, man, not bad. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into the filmmaking horror industry?
Oh man, well, I grew up a theater kid, acting in plays all the time, and then watching horror movies. I grew up at the video store renting horror movies every weekend because those were like the fun movies to rent. And so it just kind of was a natural progression from there, from acting myself growing up doing that. Just kind of the two just kind of met in the middle eventually.
Okay. And I understand that you actually went to filmmaking school as well.
Yes, I did. I graduated from film school like 2018 with a bachelor's degree, and I've been making a lot of short films when I was in film school, and that kind of progressed into the feature films from there.
Now, what are some struggles that, as a indie horror filmmaker, that you've ran into or you've seen?
Oh man, struggles in the indie world really come in with like scheduling and locations. Trying to
Okay.
make sure you can get a bunch of people together on one weekend to all to shoot, to come out and make it happen. Because some people got this going on, other people got that going on. So getting 10 people to all be able to be available on the same day. And then locations, man. That's one thing with indie filmmaking is you got to play it smart. Whenever you write a film, you don't write 10 locations in there, because that's 10 locations you're going to have to go film at. You try to keep it at one house, keep it all centralized as much as possible. So if you spread yourself out so far and so thin with the locations, you'll end up just having a headache.
Okay. Now, in your movies, when it comes to actors and actresses, do you try to use the same um, core group, or are you always looking for new talent?
It's cool. It worked out. We do have a core group now. Just through the projects we were making and the people we worked with, we found people that worked really well together and figured out what they could do on screen and, why break a good thing. So we just kind of keep the same group of actors, bringing other people here or there to fill out the various roles. But all of our key players are kind of becoming the same people now.
Okay. And I'm sure as a horror fan, I grew up in the video store era too. Every weekend going to rent the new B horror movie, full moon movie. Has been some of your inspirations as a filmmaker? Has there been any production company or director or
Yeah.
just movie that's an
So I
inspiration?
guess the two big ones, I'm a huge comedy guy and I'm a huge horror guy, and I love comedy horror, So I grew up loving trauma films. So I rented, Toxic Avenger, Romeo and Juliet, all of those crazy films, and then was obsessed with Kevin Smith as a child as well. But if you're in the independent film community, why not be obsessed with Kevin Smith? He's kind of the trailblazer here ever since the early '90s, and so I love making those two things mix, comedy and horror. That's what a lot of the stuff that we put out has, a lot of tongue in cheek, a lot of wittiness, a lot of satire to it, and those two things just mesh really well. So I grew up on Troma was a big inspiration, and Kevin Smith as well. And me and my partner, Bobby Knipe Jr., we run Is This Las Vegas Productions. We made a documentary called Mom and Pop, the indie video store boom of the 80s and 90s. And we actually interviewed Lloyd Kaufman and Ming Chen for that. So there was like representation from both of those outlets in our documentary. So that was really cool.
Actually met Lloyd at a horror convention a couple years ago. Nice guy, down to
Oh,
earth,
so nice.
amazing dude. And I was going to think I was going to be meeting some off the wall crazy guy, but no, just a laid back, cool dude.
Yeah, he's super down to earth, super genuine guy. I love him to death. And it was cool. We made a short film, me and my friend Ryan Martell. We made one 2020, 2021, and we set out to get it in Troma's hands, and it's on their streaming service now. So that was a big
Nice.
accomplishment for us a few years ago on Troma Now.
You're coming now. What's your favorite trauma movie of all time?
Favorite Troma movie of all time is probably Toxic Avenger 4, Citizen Toxie.
Yeah. It was a tie between that and Sergeant Kabuki Man. Those are my two
Oh
favorites.
yeah, those are great ones. There's some deeper cut ones out there that are also great, but that one's, yeah, hands down probably my favorite.
Citizen Toxic is definitely my favorite out of all the Toxic Avenger.
It's just so wild. It's off the wall from the moment it starts. It's crazier than all three of the first ones put together.
100%. I love trauma movies. Grew up on them, and I did an interview with someone, but I was even like the way I got introduced to Toxic Avenger and Trauma was there was a cartoon, a Saturday morning cartoon. It was called Toxic Crusaders. I
Yeah.
don't know if you watched that, but that's how
Oh
I
yeah.
got. Yeah, I had action figures, and that's how I got introduced to Toxic Avenger.
Awesome. Yeah, there was a video game as well on Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo that was out, and it also just had a 4K restoration that was done by a friend. I forget the name of the company, but I know the guy Justin Silverman who is spearheading that, so it looks really good. You can check that out online. Not sure what it's for exactly, but it's happening.
I definitely got to check that out because I heard that they were making a couple years ago. There was a lot of news that was saying that they were going to make a reboot of the Toxic Avenger.
It's not development or production hell because the film is completed. It's just in what I guess you would call what's the word with the place between purgatory. It's in purgatory now because the film is completed and it's just fucking sitting around doing who knows what. I have no idea what's going on.
Because I even heard that Arnold Schwarzenegger in that.
Like Elijah Wood's in it too. Like it's all these A-listers, and Peter Dinklage is Melvin in the film, so it's wild. Who knows?
I didn't know it was made already. It's just sitting there. Wow.
Yeah, completed by Legendary Pictures.
Okay. Huh. Well, somebody needs to put that out. I want to see that.
Yeah, we're dying out here.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump into Red Light District Shark Attack. So tell us a little bit about this. This sounds amazing.
Awesome. This was so this was one of SRS's titles that they put out for the filmmakers, and we latched onto it and kind of wrote this story about this guy named Tommy that is just down on his luck, can't get laid, and he's obsessed with drugs. That's pretty much what he does all the time. It's just, does drugs and wants to have sex. So he's fed up with it, so he's going to decide to go to Amsterdam, where drugs are legal, sex with sex workers is legal. So he travels over there, and little does he know, these sex workers have this brand new drug that's made with shark DNA. So when he tries it, he ends up turning into a half man, half shark, and goes on to a full-on killing spree in the brothel, killing all of the employees there.
Wow. Now, what? How did you come up with that?
Well, I always like to do things kind of different. Somebody pitches me a shark movie, my first thought is not a shark in the water. I don't want to do a shark in the water. I want to do a shark out of the water. And I was a big fan of Street Sharks growing up. The cartoon Street Sharks.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to make like a real life street shark.
Okay.
Let's get a guy to turn into a street shark and just start killing these sex workers at a brothel.
He's gonna be wearing pants and shoes too.
Yeah, we're gonna have like shorts and shoes, no shirt, and just some prosthetics on the face for teeth and stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty wild.
Now, where is the gore level in this movie gonna be? It's gonna be high, medium, low.
Yeah, it's pretty high. We made a film called Grandma in March. We had 8 gallons of blood on that, and then in Amityville Ripper, I think we had a few gallons more. So we're just gonna keep it coming. Hopefully 15 gallons this time.
See, I love the practical compared to this CG, but it just looks. So, is this gonna be shot in Amsterdam?
No, it is shot in location in Mebane, North Carolina, small town near Greensboro.
Okay.
So we will take you to Amsterdam through the powers of movie magic and green screen, and I'll be doing that through driving sequences. So we'll have characters that are in the car look like they're driving, but there'll be a green screen, and I'm going to put B-roll of Amsterdam.
Okay.
So it'll look green screen, but it'll be Amsterdam,
Have you ever been to Amsterdam before?
I've never been out of the country. No, I've been around America, but never been out of the country, unfortunately.
Amsterdam once, absolute blast. And I'm not talking about I didn't partake in the prostitutes, but everything else there is amazing. I mean, it's amazing. Place. So
that means you smoked a bunch of weed. I guess that's what you're trying to say.
Well, I Probably, yes.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, man. But it's a great title. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. It's super silly as well. It opens up after the opening scene. Like, we have one of our main characters get his penis stuck in a vacuum cleaner. The guy Tommy that's traveling over. So and his friend shows up and has to pull it off and help him out. So yeah, just wild shit like that the whole time.
Nice. Now, how long did it take you to film?
We're actually still in production. We were supposed to have filmed already. Unfortunately, our set was struck with COVID. Our special effects person had it, unfortunately, the morning of. So we had to. As I was talking about scheduling earlier, I was like on my phone for about 6 hours that day trying to reschedule everybody. We ended up like 4 weeks out. So we'll be filming third week of August. So
Okay.
coming up soon. Yeah, we'll be doing a 4-day shoot there, or a 3-day shoot. It was a 4-day shoot. Now it's a 3-day shoot. So we're going to be doing long days, long nights.
So, do you have an expected release date?
Yeah, Ron's pretty good about it. As soon as we have the master to him, I'll have it edited within a few weeks. We should look around sometime this fall, or maybe late winter, probably.
Okay. Now,
Maybe November, December.
Now, is this going to get a streaming release as well?
I'm not sure. I'm just going off of what I know. I see of SRS's history. I know some of their stuff does hit Tubi, and some of their stuff is on paid video on demand, but it's all available physical media through their website.
Awesome. Okay. And how can everyone find the website?
Yeah, that'd be just Google SRS Cinema. I'm sorry I don't have the website offhand, but yeah, SRS Cinema. They've been around for as long as Troma has, man. They've been acquiring movies and distributing movies. A lot of their stuff has a lot of the shot-on-video filmmakers that were really big, like Mark Polonia and Tim Ritter, people like that. So a lot of their newer movies are coming out through SRS. And Ron's a great guy. We're lucky to work with him. It's such a great time, and he definitely lets independent filmmakers shine with crazy fucking movies like Red Light District Shark Attack and all these other things. If you check it out, there's like the Amityville Backpack that SRS has produced, and a few other wild things. So yeah, keep an eye out for them. There's always a crazy movie being produced by SRS.
That's absolutely amazing. Now, are you guys using crowdfunding for this movie?
Yeah, there was an Indiegogo campaign. It had awesome physical perks available and virtual perks, like people could be in the movie. They get paid to be like a newscaster, like film themselves on a green screen, and perks for like Blu-rays and stuff like that.
Okay. Awesome.
But that has already ended, unfortunately. So I guess we were just hyping up release for this movie here on this interview, which we will definitely. I'll keep you posted as soon as it's available.
Definitely. Once it's available, I'll have you come back on.
Yeah,
now,
awesome.
Now, is there? Now, I don't know if you can tell me this or not. Will there be part 2? Is this going to lead into?
I'm not sure yet. A lot of the movies I make, I kind of write them finalized. I don't really try to see a part 2 in my head yet because I'm too busy focusing on this one. But who knows? There are some characters in it that could have a spinoff. I'll go ahead and say this: like, half of the film is these 2 detectives that are on their way to the murders, but they're just taking their time. They're taking their sweet time getting there, and they have a pretty cool backstory. Kind of like wrote them as an X-Files type deal for cryptids, and one of the detectives is having work problems because he's having dreams about Mothman eating his ass every night. So yeah, those 2 detectives could probably have some spin-off stories, but not necessarily a direct sequel.
See, I love a good comedy horror. I mean, some movies can do it well, some movies can't. Because you got to balance that mixture of comedy and horror, So
yeah, and they go so well together. Like, there's some people that are like, "Oh, I hate it," but they balance off of each other because horror in itself, people are already laughing. Especially if some people, that's their fear reaction. They get scared, they laugh at something. So why not be able to actually throw a real joke at them?
Correct, man. So how can we find you? on social media?
I'm Cagney Larkin. I'm on Facebook as Cagney Larkin. Instagram's Cagney Likes Us. We got some short films on YouTube. We have 3 movies on Troma Now. If you guys have Troma's streaming service, we have Martell's Movie Madness, the movie on there. Intinction, which was directed by Bobby Knipe. It was part of an anthology film about killer nuns. So that's our short film we made. If you got Troma Now, check it out. That's also streaming on YouTube for free. And then we got a movie on Tubi called Babe Beach that we made last year. So you can check that out as well. And then we got those 2 upcoming movies from SRS. This is 3. No, not upcoming. Woke is already out. Sorry, I misspoke there. You can buy Woke now on SRS's website and check that out. It's directed by Bobby Knight, my partner. We made a sci-fi alien invasion drama film. It's really cool. It's different for us. And then the next one's Amityville Ripper, which should be coming out this fall.
Okay. Now, I have a question off topic. Not off topic, but let's stay on topic. Do you shoot all of your movies on the East Coast, or do you bounce around?
Yeah, mainly all on the East Coast. Once you start adding in travel, it's a whole another budget there.
That is true. All right. Well, if you get up to Maryland, let me know. Or the DMC.
Right on. Maryland's not too far, man. We'd love to kill you in a movie or something. We'll get you on there.
My dream, man. That's my dream.
Awesome. We will make it happen, dude.
Well, Cagney, I appreciate you coming on to the Horror Room, my friend. Guys, please check him out. Going to SLR. Correct?
What?
I said going to SLR?
SRS?
SRS? Yes.
Yeah. SRS Cinema, yeah.
Yep, and go in on a Tubi, and Bay Beach is on there. Check that out as well.
Yeah, that's comedy, no horror there. But you can look up SRS. They have a ton of stuff on Tubi, and a lot of it is horror comedy. So check it out. It's really fun.
Awesome. Well, once again, thanks for coming, my friend. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna have you back on once your movie releases.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. It was a pleasure talking to you tonight.
I appreciate it. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you for coming to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Peace out.